You know, that barrier reef, the longest in the Western Hemisphere, that runs alongside the coastline of Belize, is beautiful and helpful to the people of that country, but it can be a real danger for shipping, as is evidenced by several shipwrecks that you can see as you're traveling by boat or by air in this area. Back here on Half Moon Caye in Belize, I'm joined by Kerry Sanders, and we've been talking about the fragile ecosystems all around the world, Kerry, and you had a chance to take a look at some of the species of animals that live here, but who are living here on the brink.
It's amazing. There's more than 700 animals and bird species like these booby birds that are behind us, and the ecosystem, as you'd expect, is very much a balance. Unfortunately, the delicate balance is in jeopardy, and the experts say it's getting worse every day.
A call from the wild. And maybe a call for help. As development eats into Central America's jungles, animals are getting pushed out.
Hey, buddies.
Enter Sharon Matola.
Look, buddy. Look.
An American pushing back. She came to Belize 26 years ago to film a documentary and never left.
This is the national animal of Belize, the Central American tapir.
The tapir.
They're extinct in other parts of Central America.
So rarely seen in the wild these days, given paper and crayons, local children couldn't even draw their nation's symbol. So Sharon,
A one and a two and a wow, oh wow.
who's endearingly quirky and highly determined, set about to change that.
Because I'm the national animal of Belize.
Deep in the jungle, down a dusty road, this one-time lion tamer began what's become the best little zoo in the world.
The reason the king vulture is so rare is that within the past 40 years, 70% of the habitat in Central America gone.
Scraping together donations, the Belize Zoo today is home to more than 130 native animals. Of greatest concern, the jaguar. It's estimated as few as 1,000 remain in the wild here in Belize, often hunted because the cats attack livestock. Complicating protection, the native Maya Indian belief that if they scrape an eye tooth and then ingest it, they will become strong just like a jaguar.
We believe that these animals have powers and they somehow connected to our culture.
Today, Nicasio Cock is dedicated to saving jaguars. Coxum Wildlife Sanctuary is the Audubon's bold attempt to do in Belize what didn't happen in other parts of Central America. Researcher Bart Harmsen asked me to help set up a camera triggered by heat sensor.
You are basically being the test case for a jaguar walking by.
So I'm getting down here, jaguar level.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be good.
Picking up.
So, yeah.
Photos to date suggest there are about 40 jaguars on the 128,000-acre reserve here. Harmsen says that's crowded.
The jaguars here in Coxcomb, they're doing well as individuals, but for them to survive long term, they have to be able to go somewhere else and exchange their genes. Otherwise you get inbred jaguars.
He wants the somersault. Wow!
Back at the Belize Zoo, we're the ones inside a cage.
How can you not fall in love with jaguars when you get this close to them?
Junior, who was left alone as a cub when his mother was killed, is curious and remarkably friendly.
Wow! Kissing
like
Carrie! Wow!
If you're on a mission, are you winning? Wow.
Am I on a mission? Am I winning? I say definitely I'm winning.
Well, that was my Johnny Carson moment, was the Cotamundi was climbing all over me.
Keep that one for your resume, Dave. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
You had a good time here, though, right?
Amazing.
Good.
Amazing.
Thanks, Kerry. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Let me bring in Lucita Lee. She is the Marine Protective Manager for the Audubon Society. Lucita, nice to see you.
Same here, Matt.
We're standing here with just such a beautiful vantage point, looking out all over the booby birds that we talked about earlier. Tell me a little bit more about them.
Oh, these are one of a kind of boobies that you can see around the world. They're only here in this island here. This is a little paradise for them.
Why do they only come to this key and not some of the other, 600 or 800 islands around here? Why don't they come to the others?
Because you can see this is a piece of paradise with its sericota trees that they need for their nesting and also the surrounding water for their food. They need this water for their food, and besides, these are pelagic birds. They need deep waters, and they dive down deep.
They share this habitat with the dark birds, which are frigates. They get along always?
Yes, they do.
Tell me about the frigates.
The frigates, they are bullies, I can tell you that, and they go about getting food from the boobies instead of going fishing for themselves.
So they're scavengers a little bit more.
They're scavengers. They're bullies, and besides, they can't dive. They can't get into the water. They're not water birds.
Actually, we saw yesterday some frigates kind of harassing a pair of osprey. Looking to take the food from them.
Yes, they're bullies, like I said.
So the Audubon Society owns this island, or is it a lease?
No, we don't own it whatsoever. We're working along with the government of Belize. This piece of island belongs to the country.
But can you ensure that the Audubon Society will have somewhat of control over this and be able to keep this refuge forever?
Definitely. We've been here for 40 years. Audubon started with the boobies. That's why we all start with the boobies.
Well, again, it's beautiful, and we love this perch high above the trees. Lucita, thanks very much for showing it to us.
You're very welcome, Matt.